the north central Arkansas area is where the main source of the search is at this point. And a lot of that too is just double backing and double checking to make sure we're not missing anything in the immediate area where we know for sure he was. Just double checking that area to make sure there's not something we're missing.
That was Rand Champion with the Arkansas Department of Corrections giving an update this afternoon on the search for escaped inmate Grant Hardin, former Northwest Arkansas police chief who was serving a prison sentence for deadly shooting that happened in Benton County. It's when he escaped from the North Central unit there in Calico Rock. Investigators believe a corrections officer opened the gate for Hardin on Sunday. This is a photo from the surveillance footage of Hardin during that escape. During today's news conference, the Department of Corrections confirmed that's the last surveillance video they have of him. Now, the prison he escaped from Sunday afternoon is the North Central unit by Calico Rock. It's about an hour drive east of Harrison and in a very rural part of the state, northern part of the state, something that's complicated the search effort. 5 News reporter Lauren Spencer begins our team coverage in Izard County with the latest developments on the manhunt for Hardin and today's news conference from the Department of Corrections. Lauren?
Yeah, ADC confirmed with us today that there are no major leads in this case, and every tip they've received has not been credible. Despite hundreds of law enforcement here in the sky, on the ground, Hardin remains still on the run, and authorities aren't sharing exactly how he escaped or if anyone helped him. And it's making people kind of question how long this is going to take for him to get captured.
Until we have credible evidence that he is not in the area, we assume that he's probably still in the area.
The manhunt for Grant Hardin, now in its 4th day, has brought a massive police presence and a feeling of uncertainty to Calico Rock, what's normally a pretty quiet fishing town.
I came down here yesterday and there was nobody on the street. Kind of same way today.
Linda Havner owns an ice cream shop and antique shop on Main Street, but business this week is the opposite of sweet.
I just was surprised that we had that kind of a guy here. You know, I mean, I thought this was supposed to be a minimum security prison.
An affidavit states that Hardin was let out by a corrections officer wearing a makeshift uniform designed to mimic law enforcement. Rand Champion with ADC says Hardin possibly also leveraged his own past as a police officer to blend in.
As far as the events leading up to that, that's still being looked over and considered and analyzed at this time.
The search zone is now expanded beyond the prison's immediate surroundings. While there's been no confirmed sightings, authorities believe Hardin may still be in the region. They say there are plenty of places to hide, such as barns, caves, and abandoned structures.
We're not going to rule anything out at this point, obviously, because all it takes is one vehicle to hop in and you can be anywhere, but as of this time, they feel very confident he is still in the area.
But back in town, Linda is looking forward to Hardin being caught and her doorbell ringing again.
We ought to be a lot more famous around here.
Champion told us today that Hardin does not have a history of disciplinary issues behind bars, but the public should consider him dangerous. Live in Calico Rock, covering news where you live, Lauren Spencer, 5 News.